Hello, and thanks for watching my video. This is the start of a new series where every Wednesday I'm actually going to be doing something non-Guild Wars 2. I'm basically going to be doing a game review of something that's either a new release, either in alpha or in beta. And just to give you guys a little bit of an idea of not if you should actually buy this type of game. So today we're actually looking at Interstellar Rift. For those of you who are not sure, we look at Guild Wars 2 being an MMO. I actually find this game very, very relaxing. This is more of a strategy game and sort of a creation game, and this is something where you can create content. So if we actually have a look here, we've got first of all, if you can play Interstellar Rift, you can play the editor, the options menu, and the credit screen. Or you can quit. So with the options, you can change the resolution, make it full screen, the field of view, etc, etc. This you can pretty much play around with. You've got the mouse sensitivity and the controls as well. So I've left everything on default apart from the resolution I've just changed. Okay, so you can see here we're actually in the editor. You can actually go into this in the game, and you can start off by putting some flooring down. The arrow there shows the way the ship will actually go, or what it's going to look like. So there's no point in having the cockpit that side because you will be facing the wrong way. Using the WASD keys, you can move around the map and the editor. So we've got the flooring down. You can actually move. There's different types of flooring that you can put down in there. We obviously have doors that you can actually access. These all have to be powered, by the way, so please be aware of that. The power is an important feature we'll get onto later. So you can see here we've actually created another room. You can see that's actually appeared there. You can change the names of the rooms so you can get a better idea. It also helps you when you create a transporter in that room so you know where you're going. By pressing space, we actually access that room, and we can now build into this room. And each room requires several things. They require oxygen. So we have life support here. We can put a life support machine down, and there we go. And we put a floor fan or a ceiling fan, and this just means that each room will have oxygen. So each room does require oxygen. That's pretty important. Other systems you have things like shield capacitors, so that's useful to have. A fuse box, we have engines, of course, and a disposer. So you can put an engine down there. So we're going to this room here. And we have the engine. Now, we have three different views we actually have. We have the editor mode, we have prop editor mode, interior mode. We have interior mode, prop editor mode, and exterior. So this is what the exterior looks like. You can see that's with the engine. That's pretty much what it looks like. Pretty basic, nothing else going on. It's pretty dark as well. What we have a switch lighting mode. So if we switch the lights off, that is what your ship will look like. Pretty damn light. So what we want to do, we want to go to the lights. We have wall lighting, and so if we put here on against the wall, you can see the room starts to light up. Pretty cool. There we go. So it's important to actually keep an eye on where your room's lit up, otherwise you will just be wandering around in the darkness. So there we go. So that's the light going on. We also have different walls you can actually implement. So rather than the basic wall, you can put things like this in. And it just gives you a bit more flexibility. You've got cool little screens like Logo Corp. So things like that. It just gives you a look at, your ship a different look. So there we go. We've done the lights. So obviously you have ceiling lights as well. So you can put them down. And different ceiling structures as well. Deco ceiling in, different types of ceiling you want. It's nice to always have like double lighting in there. The more light, the better. We also have furniture. We have lockers, kitchens, or bookshelves, bunk beds you've got here. So, if we spin it around, you holding down the, middle mouse key, you can have bunk beds like that. Then we can also have a cockpit. So we can go into this room here, and we can have a cockpit. So here we go. We'll have a small cockpit. There we go. There's our cockpit. So we've got the cockpit at the beginning of the ship, and we've got a main engine. And we can also have weapons. The weapons really don't currently you can't actually work them at the moment, so you could put in a couple of weapons like that. And you can also decorate, so you can have like little lights in the middle of the room, like this, light up your whole room, give you a bit of more, light in your ship. And this is pretty cool. You can have different lights. You can also change the color, so you can have different palettes in. You can change the color, well, not the color of the lights, but the shape of the sort of color of the lighting fixtures. And generally, you can change your room how it wants to look. You can see here, and it looks pretty cool. You can change things like the weapons. They will change color, like the cockpit changes color. The same with the actual engine. You can change the color of the engine. and life support. That all looks pretty cool. So that's something you can play around with. Other things that we've got here. So we've got down to furniture. We have walls that you can put in, like if you want to have a medical bay, you can put in a sliding door. And we also have, what else do we have down here? Systems. Now this is where you have most of your equipment. So we have things like a prop terminal. We have power cells that are useful to, maintain or store a lot of battery power. We have a data core. We have transporters. You need a transporter on your ship to beam there. So putting a transporter there allow me to transport to the ship. We have a hydrogen generator, so that obviously is going to generate power for you. You can have a bigger one, but that's actually 2 floors high, and that will require a lot of power, a lot of material. And we have a hydrogen tank, so it stores hydrogen. The ship editor terminal. So this can, if you put one of these in your ship, you can go, rather than come back to the editor screen, you can do it from your actual ship. We have a lock, we have a vending machine, we've got an extractor. Now the extractor is something that we actually have on one of the mining stations. This allows you to go to a mining field and start picking out comets and actually salvaging them and gaining materials from them. We also have this is the hydrogen tank large, so it's 3 floors in height. And we have a refinery, which is a massive thing that allows you to refine your ore that you mine from the asteroids into things that power your ship. So hydrogen or oxygen to power your life support systems. And you can transport cargo around. So if you want to have a cargo bay somewhere else, for example, if you have the extractor in one room here, and you put a cargo teleporter, and you have your refinery in the next room, you can put some cargo slots down like here, and you can teleport your cargo from one room to another. Pretty handy indeed. And you can actually have 2 heights of cargo. You actually have elevators as well, so you can turn around and you can set them for different height levels. You can see here we've got different levels. We also have different flooring, but as well we didn't finish off all the systems, so we've got a molecular assembler, doesn't really do much right now. A long-range transporter, so if you're far away at mining and you want to get back to the ship, you can actually use this long-range transporter. It does require a lot of power though. And then we have a small shield generator or a massive large shield generator, which makes your ship be an absolute beast. So that's just some of the different options we actually have in game. And if we come to the exterior mode, I'll turn the lighting back on. We can actually put different things. We can actually make our ship look a bit more tidy, a bit less blocky. So if we've got some things, different options there. You can see here, you can actually turn it sideways, flip it upside down. You've got many different options that you can actually do for it. If we actually go down, you can actually see there's many different things. Well, let's turn it around. There we go. So you can see here we're actually making it pretty smooth out there. You can different heights. You've also got different blocks. So you can have massive big blocks up like this. So you can see there. You can play around with a lot of different things. You've got different container tiles. So you could have like temporary scaffolding, for example, if you wanted to. And that's just something you can play around with, or you can have like there's many different things you can have. You've got also different engines types. These are helping you have that bit of thrust. They obviously all cost power. You can see here how much we're actually doing here. The weight is important for how many engines you actually have and how quickly you can accelerate. And these are obviously the materials you actually need to build your ship. We also have sensor array. We've got a massive big one, a long range sensor. It's upside down right now. There we go. So you can put on there. You can see how much materials it's costing, or we can have a sensor array, a little grid one there. We also have thrusters. Thrusters are very important because they control how you can turn. So you should have 2 on your left hand side, and you should have 2 on your right hand side. Oops, we'll put 3 there. We've got 2 there. And you want to have some in front of you because you need to brake. That is a very, very important thing. You need to brake, and having thrusters this way will help you out. You can even put some on the back, although I don't really see how much they need, but it's also might help you get started a little bit quicker. And you can change this sort of layout of materials. You can make your ship look a bit more industrial. Here we go. Turn it around like that. So there we go. You've got this more industrial looking sort of material there. So that's just some of the different things. You can add rooms or remove rooms pretty easily in the game. You can change the name of them, so you can have room 1 being engine room. And that being the main bridge. So you can see here, bridge. And other things you can have, so obviously we talked about the lighting, and you can toggle the border scrolling or reset the camera position. You also need to be aware of power. Now power is through this connection tool here. You can see that we have a default group. What this means is that all the power is connected. Basically all these objects will be connected via power. So you can see how much we're generating, the capacity, and how much you're actually draining. So we will actually run out of power. So what we need to do, we've got a generator in there, but that's only if we actually fill that up will these work. Because obviously if you beam straight on board, you won't actually have any of these, won't actually have any materials to power your ship. However, we have an option to do for this. We have a system where we have power. And the power we actually have, if we remove these, we have solar panels. Here we go. So these actually give us power. So what we can see here, when I put the power down, oops, there we go. Now watch the power, the connection tool. You'll notice the power generation has gone up because we actually have several different, solar panels. Obviously, they don't give too much. They only give like 2 power per each one. So it is pretty negligible, but if you have a massive array of them, then they will actually give you a lot of power. It also helps you to start off with this basic amount of power. If you have a small little ship, then you should be okay. However, if certain things don't work, you can actually go on board and use your own little power on your power of your power suit, and that can actually start things up for you. It does get pretty annoying though if you don't have that. So I would be aware how much power you actually need is very crucial to the design of your ship. You need several things. You need air, you need power, and you need to make sure that your ship, can go and it can turn, and otherwise you're going to be in a bit of trouble. Now, obviously, we don't actually have many resources on the ship. We don't have too much cargo, so we'll need to get some cargo. And not only that, we don't actually have anything around that can actually harvest asteroids. So the point of this ship is pretty limited. It can go around and it can fire at things. That's pretty much it. One thing I've not actually mentioned is the ability, if we can't go back here, to go upstairs. So what we should do here, this is one of the slightly tricky bits that currently it does need a little bit of work. But what I'll do is you can actually go up levels. Now, going up level like this is all part of the same room. So it's still the same room downstairs. And what we'll do, we'll bring in a stairs. So we've got these stairs here. So we need to go back down. We'll turn that around. We've got the stairwell and it goes up. And what we can do, we can actually put a door. So if we actually get the door system, we'll put a doorway at the top of the stairs. And we'll log in and we've got this new room here. So we're now doing a room upstairs. There you go, just like that. And so there you go, you can actually walk through that door to get upstairs. Obviously you need to have a, again, floor fan for, make sure you've got oxygen in there. And you also need lights, so we need to put some lights in here as well. Otherwise we won't be able to see where we're going. There's a few other things you can do. You can put windows in the rooms. So you can see here windows. You can have big bay windows if you wanted to. So we'll go back down. Let's have a look at this. Which one would we do? Let's look at here. So we can put a window in there. So that looks pretty cool. When you're inside, you can see out there. Or you can have single windows, or you can have big biodome windows. So you can see like biodome. There we go. So where it looks from the outside, if we go back to the outside look, that's what the outside looks at. You can you won't be able to see it from the outside, but from the inside you will be able to see what it looks like. So yeah, basically that is some of the different features you can do. So what we're going to do, I'm going to go back to the main menu. We're not going to save that. We are going to play Interstellar. So you've got all these different servers. If you refresh them, so you can just check in, you can join them and be involved in the server. Be aware though that people can steal your materials. If you want to do a solo game, that's fine. You can actually go into some of these different things. So let's go into this galaxy here. I've already designed something, and you can just generally see what stuff I've been getting up to. But overall, I find this a very nice game to play. The options are a little bit limited at the moment. However, I think, considering it's still being developed and they're having regular updates, it's still a game that, for the amount of money that you're actually paying out for is relatively cheap. you're actually getting a good amount of game for your buck. So here we go, we're actually in a ship of mine. This is something I designed. So what we're going to do, we're actually in this room. So you can see here, this is one of the weapon systems. You can see you can't actually access any of the weapons right now, unfortunately, which is a bit of a shame. But we've got a ship here, so let's go and have a look. You can see I've actually coloured in the walls. You can change the colour. We've got a different room. So here you go, we've got a transporter, and what's cool here, I mean, this is amazing, I love this. So you got here, this is my ship, the FSS Scorpion. We've got a mining station that we can teleport to. We're not going to teleport just right now. So we've got some meat briefing rooms. You've got some furniture that you can put down. These are all the lighting beams, and this is the room. Those hexagons out there, that is the shields. So the shields out there, they're holding off some comets. So we can go in, let's have a look. Again, the other room, nice view out there. We've got some stairs that we can go down, so let's go and have a look down here. I'm going to show you some engineering. This is all the stuff that I've actually created in game, and it took me sort of, 45 minutes to build all of this and color code it. So we've got the engineering. This is engineering. You can actually transport there. So for example, if I show you, we go to the transport. I didn't put it the right way around. So you click on the FSS Scorpion, and then it brings up this little tab, and you can go to the next transporter. So you can see we've got different rooms here. You've got engineering, ore processing, life support. These are all the ones I've named. Two in the transporter room and the briefing room. So that just enables you to travel around. We actually have, these are the main power generators that you can click on. So you've got this view here, the ship map, and can show you around on all the power. So if we go back to the home, click on that, we've got ship stats. So you can see here the ship life support, saturation, ship reserves. I've got no hydrogen. There's no players on board. This is the power. So we've got the default group. That was the only group I actually put down. I didn't actually create any other power groups. So you could divide off power from one thing to another. Players on board, just me. That's me. So let's have a look. This is engineering. You can see here I've got 8 engines. This is a pretty beastie ship. And let's go and have a look. Let's go upstairs. So we're at the rear of the ship. Sorry, I fell down. Right. So here we go. So this is my power generation. We're going to go through here. We've got, as you can see here, this is the refinery that you put materials in. So you can see here, this is how I've actually collected some of these. What I want to show you, this is one of the most important things about this game. You go to the refinery, and you want to refine some of these asteroids. So you can see here mining the water asteroid. This asteroid here has different materials in. Now different materials obviously actually determine what you can actually create. So let's actually have a look. We've actually got water. Now you can see here water. So we'll take that and we will drop the crate down and drop that and drop that. The other two are already refined. So we go to this room here, this area here. We actually have oxygen or hydrogen. We've actually got plenty of oxygen, so we're going to refine some more hydrogen. We'll process that. And one of the things we need hydrogen for is for power. And the reason being this ship can't quite move while it doesn't have enough hydrogen. So you see here, the mining's done. Okay. So what we're going to do, let's try salvaging something else. Let's try salvaging that one. So there we go. We've got iron and copper. So we're going to mine that. And you can see here, we'll pick up that crate. So while we've been doing that, the refinery's been going on. So let's put in the water. So the water's going in. You can scroll through these using your mouse wheel. So there we go. We're picking up the hydrogen. Got plenty of hydrogen now. We'll refine the rest of that hydrogen. So there we go. So what do we do with this hydrogen? Well, this is what we put in the generators. So you can see here, we add the hydrogen. This is our storage tank. Sorry, I need to put the rest of them in. Here we go. So we're putting in the hydrogen. So there we go. We've got 50,000 hydrogen in there. That will go damn quick because my ship is a powerful beast. This is a cargo bay. You can see we've got a cargo transporter, plenty of cargo room. And what I'm going to quickly show you, I'm going to run to the front of the ship. This is my main weapon array. I've got 4 weapons, 4 lasers there. We're going to go through the rest of the ship in a minute. Here we go. This is the main bridge. We've got a transporter room there, a couple of captain's chairs. So here we go. We've got pilot. Let's go and pilot the ship. So we're going to go forward. We use the W key to accelerate. You can see how quickly we're accelerating. By the way, we're reversing now. I hit an asteroid. Every time you hit an asteroid, you will feel a bump. So because we're right near an asteroid field, I'm not going to do too much. But you can see here, we're going to go wander around. Right click holds it down. You can see how much fuel we've got left. We've only got 30,000, so we really need to stay where we are. You can see here how quickly the fuel goes down by how quickly I'm going. So again, I'm bumping into things. Alright, if I press X, that'll put me at a dead stop. You can see how much shielding I've got. The armor's fine. Engine status is alright. So you can use the left. You can see how much thrust we've actually got going. By using the left or right key, you can see we're moving around. You can also go to this mode here. So this is my ship. This is my actual ship. So you can see how many solar panels I actually have on top. That gets me a lot of power. You can see I've got a few rooms there. This is what my ship looks from the outside. Pretty basic. From the front, you can see, if I can eventually move it around, I've got a few other things going on here. I've created a few other ships. But there we go. We've got my phasers, you've got the cockpit. This is what my ship actually looks like. So there we go. It's something pretty basic. That's what I wanted to start off with. Yeah. And you can see here we've got different modes that you can go into. So I think we're done. So there we go. That is how to pilot your ship. Let's have a look at some of the other rooms we can go around here. You've got a vending machine that doesn't really work right now. This room here, this is like a power gen. This is all the batteries and this is a data core. So if you do have a overpowered ship, you can actually save up a lot of your power in these storage devices. We can actually go up in another level as well. As you can see here, these are the data slots. You can click on ship stats. So we're going to go up one more level. And we're going to go through this door here. And this is the ship editing room. So we can go in here and we can actually build, design, salvage a ship, sorry. And this is my main transporter room. You can see here we've got a nice window at the front. We've got a small teleporter, and we've got a large teleporter. Unfortunately, I don't have the power to go back to the starter station. However, the mining station is really close. We can use this long-range transporter. Obviously, the more resources we actually get, we can use that transporter again. We actually have captain's quarters here, so we go through here. This is like you've got toilets, don't actually work right now, and you can't really sleep in the beds right now either. They look cool though. So we keep on going through, and we've got the back to the walkway. So this is where I was originally. We've got a lift here, so if we click on that using E, we need to get on board first. So there we go. This is actually going to take us down. Nice cool little lift really, or elevator if you're American. And this is back to us down to the ground floor. I've got sort of a resource machine there. It doesn't exactly work, this one. Nothing really happens to it. So we don't have to worry about that. But yeah, so this is basically, let's go back up to the top floor, because I didn't go through all the different places. I like designing that stairwell. This is actually so really cool that you can actually design all of this. You can see here, I have actually color coded the doors so I know exactly where I'm going. This is life support. And you can see here I've got 3 life support machines. I also got a teleporter so that I know where to go. So let's look around. We're in the FSS Scorpion. If we want to teleport, where do we want to go? Well, I've been to the bridge, engineering, ore processing, transporter room, briefing room. So we can go to the briefing room. Let's click teleport. You've got 3 seconds or 5 seconds to get on there. And there we go. We are now here. So it costs a little bit of power, but it gets you around your ship quite handily. This is where we started off, and that is pretty much where I'm going to end it for now. Generally, not a bad little game. It's got a few little things that it needs to work on. Just needs to add a few more options. You can obviously go to the starter station. So if let's go to the mining station. Give you an idea of what that actually looks like. So we're going to teleport. Let's go over there. And this is one of the things, if you join a server, you can actually meet a lot of different people actually on the mining station. And so here we go. By the way, it's because I'm actually recording right now is why it's a little bit slower than it actually is. We have a long-range teleport, so because this is connected to the mining station, we can actually beam back onto our ship, no problem. So if you park by the mining station, you can teleport back to the starter station if you so need to. So here we go, this is the mining station. What you want to do is you go to these 2 sides, you can go either side, and again it has these extractors that we've already seen. These are the ones that collect the different the asteroids. So you can click on one of them and you can click mine, and once it drops all of them down onto the little cargo pad, you can then take them, and because we came in to the left hand side, we'll keep on going. So you've got your resources and you bring them through here. And this is like you saw on my ship. We have two different sort of refineries, and you can see we've got a nice pretty dome. It looks really cool. So look, that's pretty cool that you can actually see my ship. I mean, that is really cool that you can see that that's where I am. So just generally, it's nice being able to see all these different things. Visually, it's pretty impressive. And overall, a pretty polished game, if a little bit limited. I think, hopefully, that if they develop this game at the current rate, you will get a lot more things coming in. But I only paid £11 for this game in the UK. I don't know how much that is in dollars, but it's fairly cheap, and I have got already a lot of fun gaming out of this. You can see here, if we go back to the Scorpion, we're going to teleport to the bridge. You can see there, 5, 4, 3, what's even called this will come up. There you go, so you can see that. Just little animations that make it really, really cool. And it puts me back on my ship. So it's a lot of fun designing. You can create many different ideas, many different game modes or ship designs. I've gone for this long, narrow sort of or big beast of a ship, and I've created some different other ships as well. So that's one thing you need to know. You need to consider actually what you want to do on your ship. You need to go and make sure you got sort of this refinery, or you want to go out and just collect these asteroids and then put them on cargo and then go back to the mining station to refine them. You can do that. There's many different things that you can do. Overall, I give this a good rating. You know, I'm not going to do ratings, to be honest. I actually enjoy playing this game. I think that it's well worth the go, well worth you playing. And generally, that is my opinion on this. If anyone's got any comments, any suggestions, if you've played this already and you've had any different opinions, feel free to comment. This type of game review will be to generate a little bit more discussion. And if it's not really your interest, no worries. That's fine. I'm still going to be doing this just once a week. Every Wednesday is going to be my non-Guild Wars 2 Wednesday. And hopefully, you know, that will give a lot of people the opportunity to see some different games. Because, you know, occasionally people get a little bit tired of Guild Wars 2. And I think it's time for me to generate a little bit more content out there. Just once a week, just on something different. Thank you very much for watching my video. I hope you've enjoyed it. And I will catch you on the next one.